Well, hello everyone. Today is April the 26th, and I actually just got back from a plant sale down at Piedmont Park in Richmond, Virginia. And this is a state that, if you've never been, has a beautiful Japanese garden, Italian garden, some animals to see for the kids. Just a beautiful estate grounds that are in the heart of the city. So if you live near Richmond and haven't been, I definitely recommend going. And that's where Acer Acres, Elizabeth Mundy actually got permission to graft one of the trees that she named Mainmont. Is from that estate, and is now in the trade. I think Mr. Maple has some. If you're looking for, it's a red dissectum lace leaf. But anyways, I got this beautiful Aureum from there. It's a full moon Acer Shirasawanum. I have lots of other Shirasawanums, which is surprisingly never have had an Aureum, but I found this beautiful tree there, and so I decided to pick it up. It had a huge caliper, so it's nicely branched, great colors on it. So yep, or sometimes called the golden moon maple, I think is the nickname for it. But yeah, I'm excited to finally have an Aureum, and especially one already this size added to my garden. But I thought today I would kind of walk through some of the ones in my pots until I plant them. So Acer Shirasawanum Aureum. I did pick up another maple and a couple of dwarf conifers that I can show you as we go around. But next to it, right here, still in my pot, is a Twombly's Red Sentinel. Looking great. We just got a light rain, so the beautiful raindrops on the leaves. Twombly's Red Sentinel. It comes out this beautiful bright red, kind of fades to more of that maroon, and you got that liner, that small nub there showing you that it's a witch's broom. I've got it this spring, so I'm not sure how well it holds this red color. It looks like some of the interior leaves are already starting to green up on me a little bit, but sometimes that's common with reds, where the leaves that aren't in the sun green up, but the ones that stay in the sun stay red. But contrast the dark foliage of the Twombly's Red Sentinel. Over here I have my Hot Sauce, and you can see the bright red that it comes out. It also fades to kind of more maroon. This one I've had for a couple years now. This is Acer Oliverianum Hot Sauce. Beautiful leaves, not quite as fast growing as like Hot Blonde, but still puts on a good amount of growth. I like that the stems are also red with it. They do fade to like a brown color, but when they first come out, you can see all the new growth on this one. That's probably at least a 1.5 foot or so of growth. But I thought it was I put my Aureum right next to it just to kind of show the beautiful color contrast. I might actually try and plant these together just because I love that contrast so much between the yellow and that bright, or that dark red, yeah, especially when the cherry red. So yep, Acer Oliverianum Hot Sauce. For me, it does green up a little bit. Doesn't hold it as well as like Fire Glow. For me, that's probably my best. If you're looking for a red that holds its color all year, Fire Glow is definitely, for me, the best one. But this one definitely is beautiful, and the fall colors on it are also beautiful. Down here is an Acer Japonicum Ruby, or Note, I think is how it's the Note, I think is the Japanese name for it. Last year was a lot more red for me. This year it had some red in it, but last year the red was definitely lot more vivid and lasted a lot longer. So I'm not sure, this isn't a pot, so I've kind of moved it around. So maybe it's one of those ones kind of like Autumn Moon where you just kind of move around till you find that perfect spot for it. But yep, excited about getting that one out. And this is another one here, Kotonoito. I actually found a pretty good size on also at the, I just got home from the Piedmont plant sale, so very linear lobum style. When the leaves first come out, they're a little bit thicker like this, and then they mature to that really thin leaf. Apparently has really good yellow, maybe yellowy orange fall colors. I think yellow threads, which is another linear lobum style, has more true yellow. But I just love these linear lobums, especially when they're blowing in the wind and the breeze. Gives a lot of movement to your garden. So excited to plant this one out. I think I know where this one's going, but yeah, so if your leaves come out like this, don't be alarmed. They'll kind of go to this stage before they go to that really like known, really fine leaf, linear lobum style leaf. So Kotonoito. Here's my American ginkgo, dwarf ginkgo. This one I think is like 4 feet by 4 feet in 10 years. It has that beautiful like seashell style leaf and gets that beautiful yellow that ginkgos are known for. So I think they kind of want a lot of sun, but more morning sun, kind of like maple. So if you have a maple garden, a ginkgo is a good companion to go with it. Here is my Mayday. Still has some color. Like I said, it's April 26th, so definitely not as showy as it was earlier, but Mayday actually holds, probably out of the colorful Mikawas that I have, holds its color the best. So I just love the layering habit of the Mikawa types. So yep, Acer Palmatum Mayday, and this will be a dwarf, slow growing. I got some seedlings back there underneath that fern leaf. Hopefully I'll kind of go through them, and if there's no interesting ones, then they'll become rootstock. This one here, I believe, is my lemon lime lace. It hasn't really put on the yellow that it's known for yet, but it looks just definitely lightening up. When it first came out, it was really that dark green that you see there. I've seen some in my areas that have like bright yellow, so just trying to figure out, maybe I might keep it in a pot for a couple years to kind of find that sweet spot, see how much sun it needs to get that yellow for what it's known for. And yep, so that's lemon lime lace. Here's my Japanese princess. A little bit of color still left in it, but kind of like not as much as the Mayday, and it's definitely slowly fading. Another Mikawa type. Japanese princess and Mayday look a lot alike to me. Sometimes Japanese princess puts on a little bit more pink than the Mayday does, but usually most springs for me, they look pretty similar. Let's see, down here I have a camellia. I also picked up Lemon Glow. It's the Acer, or not Acer, Camellia Japonicum. So this is one that gets big flowers but blooms in late winter, versus the Shirasawanums that bloom in like October. So I'm excited to see the yellow flowers, kind of like a pale yellow. Next to that, here's my Angel de Prince. Still has some great spring color on it, slowly fading to the green that you see back there. But this one's a lot later to leaf out than a lot of my other Japanese maples. So if you're usually this one, we're usually worried about frost damage because it leaves out so late. Back here, I probably got to move this in a little bit too much sun, it looks like. This is my longwood, Acer Japonicum, similar to Mikujaku. Also sometimes called dancing peacock, even though Mikujaku is known as the dancing peacock. Longwood it also sometimes gets that name. Beautiful fern-like leaves, which is another nickname for these ones. This 8 to 10 feet tall. Definitely the Japonicums for me definitely a lot more sun or a lot more shade than the palmatums. But longwood there. Out here, last time I think I went through this area, my Geisha Gone Wild hadn't leafed out yet. Just got this one from Mr. Maple, so excited to see it. I had one years ago, but then in that frost or that Christmas frost of like 22, we went from like warm fall 80-degree days, and then that overnight right before Christmas on Christmas Eve it went to like 13 degrees and it killed my Geisha Gone Wild. So I'm happy to finally get another one. That pink variegation on it is just amazing, so happy to finally get another Geisha Gone Wild. Back here is another one. Let's see if I can get one of my seedlings out of the way. This is Ojisji, so very similar to Shishi Shigura. One of the other, there's Ojisji and Mudjishi. So excited to finally get an Ojisji. Mudjishis are really hard to find. This one's pretty hard to find too, but easier than the Mudjishi. So kind of like Shishi Shigura, should be a little bit slower, but same kind of leaf shape. And I really like those crinkly leaves on it. So Mudjishi or Ojisji. And so here's some of my seedlings that I'm growing up to graft on. Let's see, out front here, this is my Jeddeloh Orange. You can see that beautiful spring color one. I think once again, last time we did a tour over here, this was still budding out or budding up. It hadn't leafed out yet. I got this one also from Mr. Maple. I'm excited about that spring color that you see here. It's different than a lot of the other reds, especially the red lace leaves. It's definitely a lot more pink than this like straight red, like a Tamukiyama or Red Dragon, or one of those more Crimson Queen, or even a different color than my Originola. So excited about this one. Behind there, if I get rid of the seedling, here's my Mystic Mikawa. This one didn't really have too much spring color for me this year. Normally it's orange, but it basically almost came out this green color like a Mikawa. Still a beautiful tree, but yep, just unfortunately if you don't get that spring color, it's just another green Mikawa type. Still pretty, still like the leaves. The leaves are a little bit different than the traditional Mikawa, but still has that dense layering habit that Mikawa types are known for. So yep, that's Mystic Mikawa. Let's see, over here, this is my Acer Shirasawanum Sensu. So this one's supposed to come out more of a bronzing. Sometimes little 1 gallons don't get the true color that they will as they get age. But there's some of the new growth. Here's one more of a mature leaf right there. Sensu, I'm excited. I love Shirasawanum, especially like the larger leaves that they have on them. But yeah, Sensu, it's 8 to 10 feet in 10 years. So excited about that one as well. And then down here, this is my Islid, Acer, what is it? Say, Pseudo Subulneatum Islid. I think it's also known as Ice Dragon, I believe is the trademark name for it. This one will get big. It's a kind of like a lace leaf style, weeping style Pseudosiboniatum. Yep, I'm excited about this one, but I need to give it some space because it will eventually get really large. But the spring color on it is this beautiful yellowy bronze color before it kind of fades to like the more traditional green. And then I got some seedlings kind of growing in there, but here's a look of this area, kind of a backed up look of the ones I need to plant. But I think this combination right here between the Hot Sauce and the Aureum is just, yep, I think these two are going to be planted near each other. I just love this combination. So I'm glad I found this Aureum. And we'll kind of walk over here to some of my other potted plants. I got some figs growing. It just jump starts on dahlias and some of my other summer bulbs, mostly dahlias, but there's some irises and a couple other plants in there. This is a peony called, I think, Green Lotus. It's about to leaf out. It's kind of white with a green hint to it, so a little bit different than a traditional peony. Some people say peonies. Peony that are more like your white, reds, pinks, yellows. So with that green, I'm interested to see what that one looks like. This here also is another one I picked up from the Piedmont plant sale. This is Acer Pinus porifloridum, well, Japanese white pine, called Blue Lou. I just love that blue color to it. Got a pretty decent size of that one. Next to that, and just to kind of show you some of the different blues. So this is definitely more of a blue-green. This is more of a traditional, well, this is a spruce versus a Japanese white pine, but this is the Fat Albert, just putting on all of his fresh candling. So beautiful color of that one. And then next to that, back here, this one stays a lot more columnar, kind of the same color. Also another blue spruce. Behind that one is Slenderina. That's like I say, here's kind of the three next to each other, kind of the same color. Right in front of that is my Skylands. What is this? Orientalis, Picea orientalis. This one will get big over time, so, and needs sun to get that, bring out that color. But yeah, I'm excited for my Skylands. I might try and plant like one of these next to like my Fat Albert or something, kind of like my Autumn Moon, or sorry, my Aureum and my Hot Sauce. The colors next to each other is just amazing. This one here is my gold coin. Got this one from Mr. Maple, Pinus sylvestris gold coin. So I had a Chief Joseph. I had it for about 4 years. It never really grew. Actually, it kind of stayed the same size, and then this winter it just, I think it stayed too wet, even though we had a fairly dry winter, and it just didn't survive. So I'm going to try this gold coin. It's not as bright yellow in the winter as Chief Joseph, but apparently this one does a lot better in the south in the humidity than Chief Joseph. Chief Joseph, I hear, does really well on the west coast. Gold coin does a lot better on the east coast. And then back here is I got from Mr. Maple as well. This is Pisces Glaucta blue teardrop. So kind of like a small cone shape, maybe 3 feet tall and wide cone shape. So excited to see that one grow. This is another one I picked up at the Piedmont. Here's the tag on it if I can pull it out. Myers Dwarf. I like it. So this is supposed to be, I think, 3 feet by 3 feet, but you can already see it gets these beautiful red cones on it. So that's what a lot of people grow up for, the beautiful red cones. Here's blue ice, Camry Spruce, or baby blue ice. Also kind of really conifer shape. And then peonies. This one's a herbaceous peony sherbet. And then I actually have 2 tree peonies I need to plant. I got a yellow and a red. They don't have a cultivar name, just one has a yellow flower and one has a red flower, but tree peonies are hard to find. I found these ones for a really good deal at my local Southern States. Most tree peonies are hundreds of dollars. I got these 2, one each for $19.99. So even though it doesn't have a cultivar name, finding a tree peony for 20 bucks is worth it. So I'm excited to see those ones in the ground. But yeah, so here's a lot of the conifers and peonies and some of my jump starts for dahlias that we'll be planting in the next couple weeks. So thanks for joining along in today's video, and I hope that you guys, I'll walk back over to my Aureum and my hot sauce one more time to kind of once again just highlight that beautiful color and contrast between the two. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful time in your garden. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining or watching this video.